Okay. Wait, that one? So, sorry about that. Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth. Apparently, I forgot to push a bunch of buttons. And so, if the music was a little wonky, you were listening to it like a couple of different times because the mic was on, the other thing was on. My bad. I had to run and go change my shirt. I had to put on a It's Okay to Get Painted shirt because of the wonderful things we're going to do today. Ms. PJB Stamper, hello. Thanks for popping in. Linda G, how are ya doing? Maddie the Emptiness Scrapper, hello. I always get to your name and I gotta think about it. Anna Moret, hello. How are you, lovely lady? And I did fix the schedule. Schedule is up and running. Schedule is up and running. I want to thank you for joining me on Pattern Paper Monday. You guys, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and somebody asked if I was going to use pre-made backgrounds, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And then she's like, well, do you have any gel prints? And I'm like, well, I do. And then I was like, ooh, let's make some gel prints on our ugly pattern paper. Lisa Acker, hello. You guys ever buy, and you guys buy paper pads, right? You guys are like me. Maybe you got some paper pads, and there's some paper that you're like, no. Or maybe there's paper that you like, but it needs a little boost. So I've got a couple of papers that I like that need a little boost, and I got some papers that I don't like that need a lot of love. Lot of love. So today, we will not be making a finished product. Nope. No, I know. We're going to be adding... We're going to be adding to our pile of pre-made backgrounds. But we will eventually use them. Eventually. Or I might give them away. Give it away now. So I need to set that aside because that's in my way. I've got a pile of stuff going on over here. I also pulled out some tissue papers. These tissue papers came in between my acetate, like my projector acetate, the the good quality stuff, the stuff that you can heat a little bit, transparencies that you can heat, and then of course actual tissue from other things, because you can print on tissues as well. So I've got some tissues here, only because I got to find them a new home. Then I also have some, I need to move that. I have a couple of pieces of copy paper, and the copy paper is just for cleaning off the brayers. Brayers! What is a brayer, you say? Bear with me. I've lost them. I have them, but I've lost it. No, they're right here. Okay, so I have lots of gel plates that I don't use near enough. I have a brayer from Recollections. These are Amazon brayer family. You can get different sizes. And then we have the little sports car from Tim Holtz line. So there's lots of brayers. I keep this one up by my desk for when I do lunar paste and stuff, because you can do lunary paste with it. But these ones are new. Look at that bad boy. I got this because one of my gel plates is a 12 by 12. But we're not using 12 by 12 today. Pattern Paper Monday with gel plates. Yes. So, I don't know who came out with gel plates first. They're a thing. They've been around forever. But I know Gel Press is a good brand. And I know this because I use them. These, I mean, look at this bad boy. He's well used. Well used. I've had this one forever. But I do need a different packaging because it's giving these little bubbles. And those bubbles do come up when you print. But you know what? It's cool. I'm not sad about it. I don't know if they still have these available where you can get shapes. But like, I have a diamond, I have a leaf, I have a wing. One of my favorites though is the hexagon. I've used that one quite a bit. There's an oval, a small rectangle, small circle, triangle, square. I mean, you guys, you only really need the one. You only really need the one. What is your favorite gel plate size to use? Don't have a favorite because I use my 12 by 12 because I have 12 by 12. Okay, I have a lot of 12 by 12s. I do 12 by 12. I use my 12 by 12 when I'm doing an 8.5 by 11. Okay, I have the 5 by 7 when I'm doing smaller projects like regular card size. You know, this one gets used quite a bit because it's small enough for my desk for you guys to see, and it's about a half a sheet of paper, right? So you cut your papers in half and you can go to town making a lot of presses with this. But the little shapes are fun, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of shapes and a little bit of big pressing today. But first thing I need to do is I need to cut my paper down because, well, they're small pieces. So I'm just going to cut them into 6 by 6 because that seems to be the size these days. I don't know if you guys have noticed, a lot of companies are doing 6 by 6. It's a fourth of a 12 by 12. So, yeah. I remember Vicky Booten recommended them. Yeah. Her favorite is whichever is in front of her. Right. And hello, Delise, aka Stamper Girl. Miss Jana, thank you for popping back in. Yeah, so I'm going to cut these down to 6 by 6. So we're going to get our big Mama Jamma cutter thingamabobbin. Our scary one. I'm gonna see which ones I can cut at the same time. Apparently just these two. Where's our 6? There's our 6. That was not 6. Was that? I don't know what happened. But that was not a 6. That or the paper was not 12 by 12. Which, yeah, the paper's not 12 by 12. And it's okay. Because we'll still get an A2 size. An 8 by 6 is more versatile, yes. But for my storage purposes, it's either 12 by 12 pieces or whatever's going on. But we're just going to do 6 by 6. That is the 6 mark. I don't even know. See, that one is a 6 by 6. We don't know. Because, you know, the paper pads, well, those blue papers, they're ancient. Are these two the same size? Yes, they are. So we're going to do 6 by 6. And I don't need them to be perfect by any means because, like I said, if I go to chop it, it's going to give me a nice bookmark size plus my A2 to do the crafty things. So it's all good. You can go through and cut it down to the size that you know you're going to use. Like for me is A2. I do a lot of A2. That's my go-to. But, we're going to do I'm just going to sort this because if I decide to give some of these away today, wait, it's like, isn't there 3 of those? Yes, there is. And then 1. Okay. And then we can gel print any of these, but I'm going to do at least 1 of each. So we've got 2 patterns that we like, that we would probably use somewhere, and then 3 that we're not happy with. You may like these, and that's fine, but we're going to do what we can to make these more happy for me, and these more extra happy. I'm lurking and trying to edit an overdue video. Mary's Crafty Creations. Hello, hello. Okay, so what do we use on our gel plates? You can pretty much use all sorts of stuff. You can use inks, watercolors. You can use all kinds of things, right? I think we're gonna go with a circle on that one. This one. I feel like circles would be fun on this. Okay. We're gonna pull out this circle. But my favorite medium is paint. And if your paint is really thick, you're going to use very little. And if your paint is really runny, you're going to use very little. Do it in moderation. Do it in moderation. So I'm going to pull up my paints. And for me today, I'm using Tester's Crafts. I don't know if I've actually used them on a gel plate yet. I probably have. I don't know. You guys, there's so many things, right? So there's my paints. There's my paper. Here's my little jelly plate, in which case we can use a small little brayer, or we can use a medium brayer so we don't have to go over a very much. So I'll probably use this guy. Somebody just messaged, please hold. Well, thanks, Miss Pam. Okay, so we've got that. We've got our extra plates. And then we have our cleanup sheet. So when we're brayering, maybe we get too much paint. We're going to take it and rub it off onto this, which then becomes another piece of artwork. Sandy Visker, hello, hello. I don't know if I said hello, but I see somebody else said hello. And I'm like, oh, I miss Sandy. I did. I miss Sandy. B, Miss Judy B, hello, hello. Melissa K, how are you doing? Okay. So I'm going to take this little guy and we're going to take a stencil. I don't know what stencil, but we're going to find a stencil that we think would be interesting over the top of this. Circles on circles. I don't know. Ooh, this one might be fun. This one is from Brutus Monroe. Yeah, that one might be fun. I think we'll do this one. Okay. We're going to do this one. And we can do this a couple of ways. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the things. I'm going to show you the things. I am by no means an expert. I would recommend Elizabeth St. Hilaire. I probably said her name wrong. But if you guys know her, Elizabeth St. Hilaire, anyways, she does beautiful gel prints. And she's got videos that make it uber easy. Okay? Uber easy. And that's, I try to use some of her process of making it uber easy. We've got blue with a little bit of greenish, so a little bit of yellow in there. let's go with yellowy orange today. Mary hasn't used her gel plates in a very long time. Plop them out, my friend. And look, teeny bit, okay? We're using a small plate. So we're just gonna brayer that out without the crusties. Apparently my brayer is filthy, but that's okay, you guys. It just makes interesting. Okay. So we have color, okay? We set our stencil down, okay? And step one is we need to remove the color from the stencil. So we can take an extra sheet, our cleanup sheet, or we can use our same project, and we're going to get it a couple of different ways. So this is putting the stencil on and then removing the stuff in between the stencil. So we're just going to press. Okay. And then when we lift, we have that part, right? And then when we lift our stencil, we have that part, which we could leave it to dry, or we could just go right in and pick it up. But I'm going to leave it to dry because I want to put another color on it. And then I'm going to clean off my brayer because I don't need the yellow anymore. Okay. And then we do need this to dry. Because you want it to dry. Because if you put another color on this and it's wet, they're going to bleed together. And we want them separate. But I can tell that it's still wet right there. Okay. Right there. It's still wet. I just stuck my finger in it. It's okay. But, and then we're going to get a little bit of green on there. And then we're going to get that. Okay. And then while that is still wet, okay, we're going to put it on here. And we're going to overlap a little and do some creative placement. I'll pretend I didn't hear. I know. We just throw the yellow to the wayside. We're done with it. Okay, so we're going to press that on there. And then we're going to peel and reveal. So then we have the other, which we got a little bit of that green in there, which kind of looks like this, which kind of enhances that right through there, that little arch there. It's pretty cool. So let's do that again. We need that yellow back. We're going to just put a couple more of these on. So we're going to clean our brayer right here. Okay. And see, it's giving us a really neat effect over there. I like that. So we're going to do green this time. Not too much, because you can always add. Always add. And if it's moving around on you too much, you can just stick it to your table, and then you can just brayer it. And the paint will clean up really nicely. Clean that off. We're going to get that same stencil. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to set that on there. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to clean up a little bit right there. We just gave ourselves a mark, and it's okay. It's okay. And then I'm going to shift it down, I think. Where do I want it? I think we're going to put it here. I don't know. We're just going to put it there. Are you going to use the copy paper for card fronts or anything later? I save it. I have a whole box full of things like this, because I always tell myself I am gonna do something, but then I never do. But see, I put it in the wrong spot, but that's okay. So now we have that fun little design, and then we're gonna lift, and we have that green, and it should be dry. Maybe not. Let me get my heat tool, and I'm gonna heat it very gingerly. I'm holding it quite a ways up because I don't want to ruin my little pad, my gel. I don't want to ruin the gel. So we just do that, and I'm checking, and I can tell when it's wet because it's kind of glossy, right? It's kind of glossy. So we're gonna add more yellow. Maybe get a dollop of yellow. We get that rolled on. And again, while it's still wet, we're going to grab it in this spot, just like so. Abraham! Yes, copy paper is perfect to use. Any kind of paper, really. Any kind of paper. Copy paper is used quite often amongst journal makers because it keeps the journals lightweight. And see, we peel that. That one, so that one doesn't show our little green very well. That's okay. That's okay. And if I were to cut this down to A2 size, like, that's all I need anyways. But I'm not happy with it. It's not Butamus. So let's do I think I'm going to bring in a blue. Do I want to bring in a blue? I think I want to bring in a blue. Stick your fingers in it, Elizabeth, because that's the thing to do. And then I think I'm going to go and do this. I don't know how it's going to look, but we're going to add some marks. I think it just needs something bright. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I like that. I like that. I think it needs a little bit more, though. I don't know what, though, but we need something. We need something. We need something. We all know it's going to rush out of the bottle. What? Yes, it does. And if it does, you can just wipe it off to the side, you guys. It's no biggie. Oh, look at that. Because I used the brayer over the stencil, it picked up some of the marks. And so it gave us a really interesting design when we rolled that off right there. I like that. Let's put, ooh, no triangle, please stay put. Let's put a wing on here. Let's put a wing on here. I think that would be fun. I think that would be fun. Let's put a wing on there. And let's do a darker blue for our wing. We're going to move that guy. And if you do texture, like that texture will show up. And we're going to put that wing right there. I don't know. I don't know. It might be a whole yuck. Oh, it wasn't recording. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Do we need 2 of them? Yeah, I think we need to do the other side. Okay, and in order to do that, we're going to get a stamping block so that I can stamp it in the right spot, right? So we need it to go like so, which means we're going to pick it. We're going to pick it up like maybe. Okay, so let's do the other side in blue too. Oh, see? There we go. We got too much. Too much. But that's okay. We're going to scrape a little bit of that off. And just let it plop over there. We'll do something else with it. It's no big deal. Trust me. We're just going to dab on, and then give it some texture like we did the other one. And then we're going to go like so. And we're going to plop that wing. We're going to overlap it a little bit. Plop it down, plop it down. That's nice. That's nice. And that overlap, do you see the overlap gives us a body? I know, right? That's fabulous. You know what we need on our wing? We need let's do this one. We're gonna do some paste on that wing. Onto both of them. I'll do it on the other side too. So I'm gonna just scrape on a little bit of paste. Again, we can give it texture. We can do whatever we want. Remember, the paste dries quickly, so we're going to set that on there. Give that a moment. We need it to release. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. I know. Okay. And then we're going to get rid of this extra. Read all about it. Ugh. We got this neat little wing right there. I could fussy cut that out later. I could actually put a butterfly die in there. You know, because I have some big silhouette dies. I could have it cut half of that out. It'd be fine. So now I need to flip it over because remember, that would be that one right there. So we're going to add a little bit to this. A little bit goes a long way, you guys. Little bit goes a long way. And we're just going to do the same thing. Give it some texture. Beautiful texture right there. And then we're going to line it up the best we can. So there we go. So we're not, when we're doing the wings here, we're not like doing anything fancy, right, with the stencils or anything. We're just using it as a stamp is basically what I just did, is I just used it as a stamp. That's so nice. So nice. But we're going to close that back up. Okay. And my apologies if they don't have them. My apologies. Because I don't know if they still make these. I don't know. Let me get some water so I can clean this. Okay. And then again, where am I trying to go with that? Just put it away, Elizabeth. Just put it away. Your gel plate, if you just need to clean it in between, maybe you don't need gook on it. Sometimes the gook is really nice. maybe you don't need to gooks on it. Well, just water. Just some water and peel it. Or more paint and peel it. Crystal's Creations, Wyckoff. Hello, hello. Okay. So there's our wing. We did that one. And we've turned the paper I didn't like into something very interesting. And we could turn it into a pocket for a page. We could cut it. We could chop it down to make an A2 size card. And this is ready to go. I mean, you could do doodles, you could do whatever, but it technically is ready to go. I could put a little sentiment on it, and it could be my card. Craft Lovin', Miss Blossom, hello, hello. Oh, your little avatar's really cute. Okay, so, yeah, so one way to get some color onto a thing is you can use your gel plate. Like if you need to cover your whole image, you can get a bigger gel plate and run that paste all over it. But look at that. Look at that. Even the cleanup is really neat. Like if I drew the butterfly wing around there, that would be really neat. But we're not doing that today. Let us do some diamonds. I do love a good diamond. Who doesn't, right? We're gonna do this. We're gonna get that Stampin' Block out, which I'm just gonna get the littler Stampin' Block, and I'm gonna use this as a stamp now instead of, well, no, we should put a stencil in it. What should we do? What should we do? We'll figure it out. We're gonna get some blue on there, some of that blue that we had a little bit of extras of, and then I'm gonna do this one solid just because I'm gonna put this one kind of in the center. Okay, we're gonna let that sit there and be happy for a second while I search for a stencil to go with our diamonds. Oh, that one would be cute. Let's do this one. This one is by Miss Ink. Miss Ink. It's a nice, cute little stencil. We're gonna try that one. Okay, so we should have a nice pool. Yeah, look at that nice diamond. So the rest of my diamonds are going to have the pattern in them. Get some of this paint on there. And I'm just going to use the same blue because it's a nice blue. And I want to make it kind of easy, right? Okay, so I'm going to set my stencil on. And then I'm gonna take some tissue. I'm gonna take some tissue for the cleanup. And I'm just gonna set it on there and press. Okay. So if we think about our cleanup as another form of creating, we can get quite a bit of stuff. Because I need to pull the ink out of the center so that I have my stencil design left behind. Okay. But in order to do that, I have to put the paint somewhere. So we're going to put it on these tissues. Okay. And look, I've just made a tissue piece out of basically what would have gone in the garbage, right? Something to clean up. So now I'm going to take this and stamp that right there. And there's that. When you guys do this, know that it's never going to be perfect. It's kind of like a grungy hit and miss kind of thing, okay? And then what we could do is even glue that in place. I mean, we could do all sorts of things, but this is going to be our cleanup tissue. Okay, so we're going to get some more paint. do a dollop. We're gonna get that in here. Gonna get that all nice and painted. Okay, we're gonna take our stencil again. We're gonna set that on there. We're gonna grab our tissue. We're gonna, because we can kind of see through the tissue, right? We're gonna set that right there. And then we're gonna press. Oh, I think we got that one right nice. Look at that. So we're gonna pick up the paint that's on the inside. We're gonna pull everything away so that I have this little leftover bit, and I'm gonna plop it right there. And then we've got our next little bit. Now, a different paint would give you a better quality under the stencil. My paint's kind of runny, but it doesn't make me sad. It doesn't make me sad at all. And so we're going to do it again. And then we're totally changing this ugly background that I'm not in love with, right? We're going to... It's being weird. Here's our stencil. And then we're going to just set it down again right there. And then we're going to come in with this. Like so. Pick up that. And look at that. We made a heart with some diamonds. We're going to pick that up. And then we're going to come over here to this side. And that one's a really good one. Look at that one. Oh, that one turned out really nice. But we're not sad about the rest. We're never sad. We never be sad about how it didn't pick up the paint or anything like that. Because it is what it is. It does its own thing. This one's just, it's being weird. It's being weird. And then we're going to get our stencil. Set that on there. We're going to get our tissue. And then we're going to go right there-ish. See, that's turning out to be a nice piece. Nice piece. And then we stamp it. Stamp it down. Oh, that one turned out nice too. And then, yeah. I think we're gonna do, I don't know. What do we want? Do we want to put one in there? And if so, do we want the solid color? I'm feeling maybe we should drop a solid in here. I think those should be solid. So we're just going to ink this guy up. We're just going to ink him up. Okay. And then we're just going to drop him in. And see, we had some paint on our brayer left over, so that allows us to save some paint. Oh, that's nice. And then I think we'll do, yeah. we either cut this down, see, that's what I'm kind of debating, is if we cut this down, let's do some more. Let's do some more. We're gonna, you guys, I don't even know. Okay, so we're gonna do this there and that there. That's the nice thing about the gel, right? Look at that. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Let's do that again. Okay, and then we're gonna do this one. And then this one. Oh, that's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Just need a little bit more paint. We'll do it one more time, and then this one will be done. And when I go to push it down, I'm focusing on the top half, not the bottom half. I'm trying not to push that bottom half in there. Snow is coming my way. Well, hopefully it's not too bad. I have places to be tomorrow. Oh, look it. Oh, see. And we've totally taken this blue background and totally upped its game by adding in some tiles, per se, with our little diamond thing. Now, if you guys don't have gel plate, maybe you have squishy foam or something. You can cut a shape. You could do cardboard stamping. Cut your shape out of cardboard, paint up your shape, and then stamp it before it dries. I mean, there's lots of ways to do the things. Yeah. But there's that one. I think that one is and pretty easy, right? Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's do this pink one really quick. And then we have these that we can trim and paste somewhere that we want. So we're going to hang on to those. This will come clean with some water and a little scrubby. I'm just going to leave it to dry, you guys. 10 to 1, we see this stencil again. It'll still have all that blue on it because it is. So we're going to get out this guy. We're going to get out our 5x7. Where is our 5x7? Hey, where'd it go? There's the round. There's some shapes. There's some shapes and some more shapes. Oh, and we need to clean our brayer. So let's clean that really quick. Oh, I found more 5x7, by the way. And we're going to go this way. Because I don't want to go over that butterfly. But we just added some blue to that. And look, our brayer is still a hot mess. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Get our 5x7 out. You guys, I'm so abusive to this thing. Look at. It's filthy. It's filthy. The last time we used it was at Halloween. Look at that. Halloween. But we don't care. We don't care. We're going to leave them on there. Because this is going to take up about half of that. Because remember, I work in A2 size. So if I have a hang off, it's not going to hurt my feelings. But I want something nice and bold to cover most of that. Because, well, like I said, it's ugly. It's ugly. It's ugly. I don't like it. You guys can like it. That's fine. But I don't have to. This would be fun. Dare to be artsy. Dare to be artsy. We're going to put flowers on top of that lace. Flowers on top of the lace. And we're going to need, we're going to do tissue and this. That'll be fine. Okay. So we have the pink. Let's go pink on pink. Why not? Nobody said I couldn't. get a couple of drops because this is a bigger area, right? And we're gonna get it all nice and inky. Nice and pinky inky. Okay, and then we're going to put our stencil down like so. And we're going to get another piece of tissue like so. And we're going to pick up all the stuff in the center like so. You could do your cleanup with regular copy paper. You could do it with a paper towel. You can do it with an actual napkin, a piece of fabric, whatever you want to get in there and grab that paint. Okay. And then if you're using tissue, try to be careful because it will probably want to rip. And if we miss some spots, we try and grab it. But if it doesn't, that's fine. So see that? We've got a nice tissue piece that we can cut and paste to something. Okay, we're going to peel this in one stroke. We don't want to let it fall back down. Now we have some beautiful design in there, which we do want it to dry. So I do want to hit it very lightly with that. And then we're going to do a nice cream color to pick it up. Because I don't mind if we cover all of this. I don't mind because, no. Okay, so there's that. We're going to clean our paper. That is so nice. I'm just saying. Okay, we're going to get our cream colored. Make sure this one's good. And then we're going to put a thin layer. I don't want it too thick. Just add a little bit of something to that. And then we're going to take our piece of paper while the cream color is still wet and just plop that on there. And you can use your brayer on the back. And then you've got yourself two-tone paper. Just saying. You can use your brayer, you can use your hand, you can use whatever makes your heart happy. And then you start peeling. Oh, look at that. The paper definitely didn't get cleaner. No. Oh, wait. Oh, that's nice. Ah. Look at that. And then we've shoved that lacy pattern into the background. Isn't that pretty? And then we can still stamp on the top of this. We can do all the things. Oh, let us stamp on top of this because I'm loving this. You get up there. You go right there. You come here. You come here. I know where you are. Don't you? Do. We're going to go in with a brown. Brown? Yes, brown. Brown, pink and brown go really well together. I'm not looking. I'm just stamping my stampers. Oh, look at that. Oh, we just added another texture to that. That easy peasy. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's a nice piece. And then you could do an actual floral, a little flower or a sentiment on there. And yeah, that's nice. What did you place? Pam's ordering from Amazon. What are you shopping for? Yes, I mean brayer. But so there's that, and we just that one's nice. That one's nice. I'm not gonna lie. That one's nice. Let me clean this though before I put it away. And then we have a couple. We have a couple of pieces that I want to do that are nicer, but they're dark. They're dark. So the pieces that we covered today are kind of on the light side, right? We covered a pink piece. We covered a couple of blue pieces, but they were on the lighter side. My other pieces, they're kind of on the dark side. And then this one has a metallic sheen over it, but I want to show you, and it's thicker. I just want to show you, you can still do stuff on top of that. So we're going to do something with these two really quick. Well, probably not super quick, but nice enough, right? Right. Oh, no. I just ran over my tissue. Thank goodness it's just tissue. Look at the wheel marks. Okay. Oh, let's put a lid on this so we don't dry that out. Let's get that over there. And let's work with the shiny one. The shiny one. And we're going to do tone on tone. This is like a sagey green color. We're going to get some of this. And we're going to get some of that. We're going to do this. And then we're going to find a stencil that's going to look nice over it. Because we love our stencils. We love our stencils. Ooh, you know what? This one might be fun. This nice big rosy stencil. Oh yeah, look at that. We might get a little bit of red in there. Or not. I don't know. Let me think. How would I do this? How would I do this? Oh, you know what we can try? I haven't done this before, but let's do this. Let's do this. Let's put our rose there. Let's get these colors, because those are the colors I picked. But then our rose, we're going to do paintbrush. I don't think I've ever done this. So we're going to paint it on. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Why can we? Because we can do whatever we want. We don't want to put it too thick. Okay. And we don't mind if it dries, remember? Because we can put another layer to pull it. I don't think that's supposed to be red. So we're going to get our rose in here. We're going to get our rose in here. All the colors that we want. And we'll let that dry while we go to the next. I think that might be red too. I don't know. Okay. And then we're going to clean our brush. We're going to dry our brush. We're going to go in with a little bit of brown. That was a little too much. A little bit goes a long way. Raspberry Tootsie Pops. Okay, the green came out nice. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of the green and we're going to mix it with a little bit of the brown. So that we can have a stem color. I don't know what that is. Maybe a stem? I guess it doesn't matter. We can paint it whatever we want, right? Painty painties. And then get that in there. And then, you know what? going to get a little bit darker red just to tap in there in a couple of little places. Just add some brown to that red and give it some texture, because why not? I don't know. Sound like the thing to do. Clean our brush again, and then we're going to go in with the green. Gotta walk the doggies. Walk the doggies. Dry our brush. I really need to glue this brush handle down, and then we're just going to get our green in there. Now I know you can paint these. I've watched people do it, the gel plates and stuff. I just have never done it. So I'm kind of excited to see what this is going to look like. Somebody's radio is really loud out there. I hear their car a thumping. Okay. And see, I'm going to leave this one off, so I don't have to do that one. And then we just need it to dry. So we can put another color over it and pull it up. Okay. And pull in one fell swoop. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Why haven't I done this before? What? That's really cool. Now, we really need it to dry, though, because if we put that other color on there, it is definitely going to move our colors around. But I have a lot of paint right here, so I'm just going to dab up a little bit of that paint. Spread the wealth of that paint, as we would say. Okay. And then we're going to dry it with our heat tool. iPhone holder for Zoomy. And again, I don't want it, I don't want to cook that. But we want the paint to dry. We may have to do something else while that dries, because like I said, I don't want to cook this. So we're going to set this aside because I don't want to ruin it. But you can see that the paint is still wet. Once the paint is all dry, like that little guy right there, then we'll put a color on and go. But like all that green, if I put a color down to pull it, it's going to take with it that and make a smooshy mess. And we don't want to make a smooshy mess. So let's do a little cleanup. What do we got going on? We got this piece of paper there. That's looking fine. Where's my other piece of paper? Here we go. So we're just gonna lay this down because, well, wait, did I just lay it down upside down? I don't even know. Oh, it's not braring through. How rude. Well, sometimes we try stuff and it doesn't work. Like that. And we're okay. We don't mind. But, it didn't do nothing. But we're going to do this. We're going to hose that down. And we're going to use the other side of our paper. And then we're going to try and pick it up that way. Oh, isn't that neat? Oh, that's neat. Oh, that is really... Okay, I like that. Oh, I like that too. Look it. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I love that. I love that. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah. Clean up on screen 1. Look it. And the back is interesting too, because there's a texture from the brayer in there. Isn't that cool? And then, oh, you guys, I like that. Oh, I like that Lotsis. I like it. Let's do that again. Can we do it again? Let's do it again. We're going to get our crazy colors, and we didn't mind. They were red and green and blue, or brown. Red, green, and brown. So let's put this. Ooh, wait. Let's put it on tissue, but I got some in the crevices. Let me get some of that out of the crevices. And then we'll brayer it again. Okay, so we've got that. Where's our other papers? I'm gonna do, I think this will be nice on the pink one. Let's get the pink one out. Okay, we got the pink one. We're gonna mist it. Okay, we misted it. We got our paper here, which we're gonna set right in there, and we're gonna brayer it. That is really cool. Even for the backside, that's really nice. Look at that. Oh, I love that. And then there's the lace on the inside instead of white. You guys, I've got a new thing for stencils. Look at what we did with our stencil. Oh, did everyone see that Martha Stewart has her craft paints back with plaid? I don't know how I feel about Martha Stewart. But yeah, so that's fun. Oh, you guys, I really like that. I really, really like that. I really like that one too. And it'll be really nice when those water areas dry up. Ah, beautimous. I know, right? How is our gel plate looking? Ooh, it's almost dry, you guys. It's almost dry. There's a couple of little areas. What if I just tap them off? When I get that cleaned up, that should be ready to go, and we'll put that on our green piece. Okay, so let's clean this up. Actually clean it up. We're just gonna get it wet. We're gonna get a towel, a paper towel, whatever you use, your kitchen sink. No big deal. I don't judge harshly. Yeah. And then that's it. If you can get it off the tweezers. Tweezers. Here we go. Clean up that. Set that down. And then clean that. And again, you don't have to make it sparkly sparkle to be clean. Just get the big chunks off, and you're good. You're gonna be golden. Golden. It is definitely easier to clean these in a sink, but you use what you got, you do what you got. So that one's all nice and clean. Okay, so our gel plate is dry. Yeah, I did dry it with the dryer a little bit, and then we let it dry. Those were just really big puddles of paint. So we're gonna take, we want to put this rose on this piece, which has a metallic in it and everything. So I'm gonna come in with a nice cream color. Again, not too heavy, not too heavy. I don't really want these other colors in there. And then we're just gonna get this nice rose rolled out. See, our colors didn't mix. Look at that. I just peeled that. I don't know what was going on there. And then we're gonna drop this right there. And then again, you can use your brayer. If you want to save the stuff, brayer your brayer first on another card. But if you need two-tone paper, man, this is the way to go. Pick up your design and then that's interesting. That is interesting. Did anyone see any Creativation videos? I saw one by Debbie J. She was at the Sublimation Mark. And then on Ranger's Instagram, Simon Hurley was playing with the sprays. So that's kind of interesting. So what we have here is, because there's a metallic finish, it didn't pick up all of the design, but it did pull up some interesting stuff. And oh, you guys, come here, look at this. You can still see the pattern in there. It's added to the texture of this light area, but you can still see the pattern in there. I mean, look at that. And then it just did some interesting stuff to our flower. Like, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. But we're going to clean this up. We're going to dry it. Okay, we're gonna pull this with a tissue, I think. I think this one would be pretty on a tissue. And then, oh, there's a blue spot on this tissue. We won't use the other half of that. We'll use that later. I got lots of tissue. So we're gonna get our tissue. Yep. And then let's pull with a light yellow. Not cream, but a yellow. I think that would be interesting. I don't know. It might be a hot mess. And this weird bubbly area, that is from the gel plate. Just my storage. I could probably get rid of it. I don't know if I can. Honestly, I don't know. Okay. I'm going to press that. We're going to be very gentle because it's tissue, you guys. Tissue. And then I'm going to set this on it. And then I'm going to clean my brayer. Okay, and then we that's so nice. It's coming. It's coming. You guys. Something stuck right there. If it's too wet, you may just need to leave it to dry a minute. Oops. Something's going on up there. Oh, that's so nice. Come on. Come on, I need more room to pull. Come on, come on, we can do it. We can do it. Ooh. There it is. Oh, I'm glad we used Jello on that. Look at that. Ah, I know, right? So pretty, so pretty. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, we're going to set that over there. And then, yeah, we have one last piece to do. I'm really, you guys, this guy right here. We're going to look for another stencil because that guy needs a stencil. What does that guy need? Let's do this. Let's do this one. This is, who is this? Art Anthology. Art Anthology. We're going to do kind of a simple one on this. We're going to do that. And what we're going to do, I think what we're going to do is another paint on. If we paint on in red, like a purpley, this color right here, we paint that on and then pick it up with a metallic. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna pick it up with some golden hour. So we're gonna get this nice and on there like we did before, and then we're gonna get our little paintbrush. Oops. I didn't need that much, but it is what it is. And we're just going to try not to get it too thick. Come on, get into the crevices. Hopefully it's getting in there. It's hard to tell. I know it's there. That's like super thick though. I don't want it super thick. We'll just roll it around because, you know, we're going to do that thing with the tissue again because that was really cool. Lift in one fell swoop. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Okay, we're going to leave that to dry a minute while we clean this up. And we're going to clean it up like we did the last time. We're going to give it a little bit of a spray. And then we're going to wash our paintbrush. so we don't leave it soaking. And then we're going to grab the other side of our tissue. And then we're going to dry it because that's really wet. All right. Welcome back, Mary. Did your doggies go potty? Like, I don't really need to know that. We asked that because our dog likes to go out like she's got to go potty, but then she never goes potty. And it's like, I did all this for nothing. Now, I am being a little bit cautious because, you know, I have a stencil under there. Maybe I shouldn't have dried it. I don't know. It's not wanting to peel off. Yeah, the tissue's wet, so I'm trying to be careful because I don't want it to rip, because that's the nature of tissue. You get it wet and it rips, right? But the stuff I dried down here, it's peeling a little bit harder, so I would say don't do that next time. Or do. Look at how pretty. I love cleanups. Look at that. Look at that. Dawn, look at our goodies. Hello, lovely lady. They did. One dog likes to go out quick and come back right away. The other one, not so much. Try to be careful with these delicate ones. I try not to scrub them, but sometimes I get a little too anxious and peel them up. There we go. Okay, Art Anthology stencil. Our piece of paper that we're working with, our pattern paper, and then our, see, it's not dry yet. It's not dry. We need that paint dry for the next layer, right? Unless you pull it while it's wet. Now, if we'd have put the paper on right away when we pulled the stencil away, we could have pulled that. But I want another color to kind of taper back this design. I want to push it back and make it not so in your face. And I think we're going to use cream again. But I don't want to heat my thing too much, right? We're going to peel up some of these. There we go. I think that'll be good. If our impatience makes a little bit of a blur, it's okay. And we're going to do it with, let's do it with a sage. Because, well, it's mine and I can do whatever I want. A sagey color. Are you home yet, Cheryl? Wait, what? It's Monday. Today is Monday, right? Today is Monday. Don't confuse me. Oh my gosh, you see her. I got the Farm Fresh print. You're welcome. I'm so late. Totally forgot. Oh, okay. I got you. Pam was thinking it was... No, it's not Wednesday. You got... Don't confuse me. Don't confuse me. I get confused enough as it is. Okay. We're gonna... Do I want... No, I don't want sage. I lied. We're taking it back. We're gonna go... We're gonna do cream. We're gonna do cream again. With a hint of blue. Well, oh my gosh. You guys, the things that I do. It's a little too much paint on there. So we're gonna, oh, that's a nice blue that we made. Look at us. I've run out of room, you guys. Run out of room. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Look at that. Look at our cleanup. It's kind of Eastery. I don't know. We could cut some eggs out of that. Okay, and then our crazy paper. We're going to see how that goes. Let me just wipe this one more time. Like so. And then we're going to set this on there like so. I was going to pick it up with golden hour and forgot. It's okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm glad we did that blue on there. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, but we can put golden hour on there now. Because I do stuff like this all the time, you guys. So we're gonna... We just want a thin layer. So we're just gonna plop it on there. We're gonna roll it out. And then we want to be quick because... Why is that stuck right there? Okay, we're going to be quick. We're going to put this down. We're going to pick that up. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. And then we just put a shine on that bad boy. Look at it shine. Hey. We're dropping stuff. The messy palette. Hello, hello. So I just gave it a shine. And you can see, like right here, that overlap. So we have the normal, that's our pattern paper. That's the pattern paper we started with. And then we threw on our design and then we picked up some of that golden hour just to give it a shine across there. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So if you want to put some shine, your gel plate is a good way to do that. To do a nice, thin, even layer. Especially if you can't get it to brayer onto the paper. Brayer it here first and pick it up. But you could totally put it down and brayer it on that way. But look at that. Oh, you guys, shall we go through the things? My desk is so full right now. And that was solar paste. Solar paste dries clear aside from the mica shimmies. Shimmeroos, right? So it's got a clear base. And yeah. So we can do different things with it. We're going to put our tester paints back. because that's what I used today. Today my paints were brought to you by Tester's Crafts. Purchased at Ollie's. I scored them at Ollie's, you guys. So let me grab. I'm doing some grabbing. Please hold. There's you. We're going to set you up there. Tissue paper. There's you. More tissue paper. And then there's you. More tissue paper. And then there was that. That cleanup was nice. And then there's that. Oh, and then this. Okay. So, first thing we did is we chopped up some paper. Okay. We said, paper, we don't like you. We're going to chop you up and we're going to use you in our Pattern Paper Monday and add stuff to you. And our progressively got better looking, right? Because our first go around, it's all right. It's interesting, right? This paper was this paper. I know. So that paper is that paper. Pretty cool, huh? This paper was the other blue paper. This paper. I know. So lovely. So lovely. This paper and this paper, because we did a cleanup and it turned out really neat. Yeah, so it just, that paper is that paper. Both of those are this paper. What? I know. Both of those. This one, we did an extra step. We stamped on top of it just to, because I knew it needed it. But that's the same paper. This one is the same paper. It's the same paper. What? I know. It's crazy. It's insane. But that's that. Okay. This paper here, right here. This one has a metallic already on it. So we found that it picked up the paint like halfway. So when it didn't pick up all the paint, we pulled the rest of the paint. We put another color on the gel thingy and pulled the rest of it. So this one created like a twofer because it split it. We painted on the rose and the leafery, and then we put a color behind it and pulled it. But it left behind half of it. It was weird. So if you have a metallic-y shine, it may not pull completely, in which case you get a twofer. So, but yeah, so that is this paper. And what's really cool is even through the paint, you can see the texture of the original paper, which was here. I don't know. So there's that one. And then our final one, this guy right here, is this paper right here. And this one, you can really see the background because I took off some of the ink. I was like, I thought it was too thick, so I swiped it again. And yeah, I'm glad I did because we get to see more of that background. Because I like this paper. I just wanted to zhuzh it up a little bit. But yeah, so even if you like the pattern paper, you could like keep it in the background. You can do some fun stuff. And if you don't like the pattern, you can make it go away. You can make it go away. You make it go away. You make it go away and make something even more beautimous. And then as you're working your brayer, you got to clean it off. And that's where this paper came from. It's totally Eastery. I don't know how we managed that, but this paper is very Eastery. I don't know. And then when we were working with the one stencil, this stencil, we did a cleanup, and then we found that you don't need a gel plate to do this. You just put the paint on the stencil. Put the paint on the stencil and then add some water to the stencil and pull it up. I know, that was crazy. Didn't I do another one of those? Didn't I do 2 of those? I thought I did 2 of those. Oh, I did. It's this one. This one. We just painted right onto the stencil and then press the paper into the stencil to pull the color. So we get the reverse. These 2. Right on the stencil. No gel plate needed. Which was interesting. And then when you're using your gel plate, like this guy here, and I just wanted the outline, we have to take the color out of the middle. So you're going to use a cleanup paper or tissue, and you're going to pull this stuff out of the middle to create another piece. And we can glue this down to, heck, we could glue it down to this, and we would see that texture of this behind this. So you've got more pieces, like this piece here. We made this. That was pulling the stuff out of the center so that we had the outline, because we just wanted the outline on this. Or you could do it in reverse. You could use this to get that and then put that somewhere else. So yeah, it just depends on your aesthetic. But I liked it like this. I liked it like this. Thank you. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun. If you guys, would somebody like to win this pile of stuff? Let's put it, would somebody like to win some of this? Win some of this. Not this. I really love this. This is going into my book, but that is going in my book. But I can send you some of the blue papers and some of the thingies that we did here, and you can use it in your Stuffaluffagus. Would anybody be interested? I am going to take a couple of pictures to add them to our thing. I'm just kind of waiting. Please hold. And now I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep that one. And I'm going to keep that. But I'm going to send all the rest of this out. And a fresh piece of tissue paper. Because maybe you'll want to make your own. Okay. And then we'll drop this in a folder. She's giving it away because her bins are full. Yes. Linda G says yes. Linda G, guess what? You win. Let me double check. If I have to divide it. By all thumbs all. Yes. Yes. So Linda G, congratulations. I'm sending this all to you. Linda G. Linda G, I owe you a class, girlfriend. Yeah, you're not wrong, Pam. As Mary's Crafty Creation has said. We're going to take this. We're going to get... Almost ran over my stencils. We're going to get another piece of copy paper. So that will hold that. Okay. Linda G. Linda G. Linda G. I had a manila envelope just a minute ago. Here you are. Linda G. Linda G. Okay, Linda G. Okay. Please hold. Please hold. Because I got to go to the post office tomorrow. I'm going to go to the post office. And then I'm going to go to the printers. Because I'm hoping I can print some bitty penny papers. I just bought some more bitty penny papers. So you guys can go hang out with me on Affiliate Push Thursday for bitty penny. It's not really an affiliate push. But it is. You know, I don't know how to spell your last name. Come back. Okay. All right. There we go. For Miss Linda G. Because that's how that works. Which one are you printing, ECR? I don't know. I'm going to take a couple of them out and take some photos and send them to the chat that is for photos. So you guys can print. I need to get ink so I can print some too. I know. I'm downloading my bitty pennies to a thumb drive and I'm taking them to the printer with my paper that I want them printed on. I think I'm going to print a set on photo paper and then print a set on my regular paper because they look gorgeous on photo paper. They really do. Oh, things are falling. You guys, I have worked myself into a little space. So this is the space that I wound up working in when my desk is ginormous, but I just had to have everything by me. So yeah. Hello, Janine. Hope you're doing well. So yeah. Anyways, I'll get some pictures of this. I'm going to set them over there. Because you guys, I have so many things. They were laughing like I'm giving them away because I have the things. Well, I do. I have, which by the way, this manila folder is where these came from. I don't even know why I put them in a folder. See, I've used that rose before. I really love that rose. That rose is nice. There's a nice yellowy weird piece. I don't even know. I know. That one's nice too. Some of these were in my shop. That one's a black one. Black. This one. I know. All the things. This one. I love this one. This one. I know, right? All the things. And I don't even know why. I don't even know why they're bundled like this. Tissue, napkins. That's a printed napkin glued on the top of that. There's that stencil again. I do love that stencil. Anyways, I'll let you guys go as I flip through and look over these that are ancient. I don't even know how old they are. But look, the hexagon. That one was fun. Oh, the joys. Oh, so pretty. I mean, look it. You can't even see how magnificent that is. A lot of them are my favorites. I can't frame that many. But these are going to go on my heaping pile. Bitty penny. But yeah, I'll take some photos and we'll get you guys a picture of these to download. But until then, I hope you all koala double-sided matte photo paper from Amazon. Is that what Bitty Penny uses? Mary's Crafty Creation just played with napkins on Saturday. High five, girlfriend. Yay. Just bought 2 more sets of what? Oh, Bitty Penny's papers? No, I don't want you. I'm trying to read comments. Linda, what do you print on? Oh, that's what she says she prints on. I want to print on the matte photo paper. Yeah, there's just so many things. Linda printed all the new ones. I just bought the Four Seasons and the Woodland Princess. Woodland Princess and Four Seasons I purchased. Because the Woodland Princess has a knight on a horse. And I want the knight in shining armor on a horse. I have a HP Smart Yank tank, I'm assuming. Yes, that is what she prints on. Fabulous. Koala double-sided matte photo paper. See, and I didn't even know. But I will probably print on just the stuff that I have, single-sided, because I glue everything down. So, yeah. Yeah, thrift stores for some photo paper. I found some Hewlett Packard photo paper that's like 24 by ginormous. It's huge. I just take it and cut it down to whatever size I need, 8.5 by 11 in my printer, because it was like 99 cents for this big old pack of photo paper. Huge sheets of photo paper. I don't even know. Canon Mega Tank, a big stack of old photos from way back in the day. Right. The last package I found had some gems inside that I didn't know about until I opened it. That's fun. That's fun. Finding photos. I gotta go through my photos. I need to get back. I keep saying it, but I would like to get back into albums. It's been a while. I've done 4 years of card making. I think I want to throw in some scrapbooking. But I don't know. I don't know 100%. Because that's a big ordeal, right? But, anyways. But we can make it a small ordeal because I'm thinking smaller photo books. Not the 12 by 12s. Even though I have enough stuff to do 12 by 12s. But even if I did like 6 by 6 and put them in a 12 by 12 as 4 individuals, I think that would be fun too. 5.5 by 5.5 and then glue the 4. That might be fun. That might be an idea. I don't know. But anyways, we'll see. I want to thank you guys for hanging out and chatting and having, hopefully having fun with gel printing. Not these ones. We didn't do these today. We did these a couple of years ago. And that is why I really need to do something with these things. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you stay crafty out there. Stay safe. All the funs. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, my friends.